Have you ever had that feeling, that feeling that you've got so much more inside you, this incredible well of creativity and vitality that you just can't quite seem to reach? Well, today we're diving into a way to change all that. We're going to talk about awakening that powerful creative life force that is, truly, your birthright. And I think this really sets the stage perfectly. This isn't just about, feeling a little bit better. It's about a profound shift in how you experience your own life, seeing yourself as this complete, whole being, both spiritual and physical, fully integrated. So, where does all this potential even come from? Well, the core idea here is that every single one of us has what's called a bioenergy blueprint. You can almost think of it as the original divine architectural plan for your entire being, a map to your own infinite potential. Now, this blueprint, it's the very foundation for our vitality. It was originally designed to work with 8 harmonious energy centers, all perfectly aligned, running from the base of your spine right up through your core to just above your head. And when they're all in sync, it's like they create this incredible bridge, connecting your own personal energy to this vast universal consciousness. And that number, 8, it's so significant. It really represents perfect balance, harmony, and this effortless flow. When these 8 centers are aligned, energy can just move freely through our entire system, supporting us on every level, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And here's where it gets really, really cool. You take that number 8, you turn it on its side, and what do you get? The symbol for infinity. This represents what's called our infinity circuit, which is kind of like an energy superhighway that runs through our bodies. We're all meant to have access to this boundless, infinite energy. But for most of us, there's a little bit of a catch. Over time, we've inherited something called a fragmentary body. The best way to think of it is like a subtle crack in our energetic foundation. And this disruption, it can kind of limit the flow, separating us from that incredible, universal, creative energy we're meant to experience. So the big question is, how do we repair that foundation? Well, that's where a process called potentiation comes into play. You can think of it as the master craftsman coming in to seal that crack, making our energetic foundation solid, stable, and ready for what's next. It's actually a pretty straightforward process when you break it down. So step 1, you've got that energy disruption from the fragmentary body. Then in step 2, potentiation comes in and gently seals it, creating this beautiful sacred union within your energy field. And the result? Step 3, your personal infinity circuit is restored and, just as importantly, stabilized. And this is the key takeaway here. Potentiation isn't just a simple fix. It's about creating a totally new, incredibly stable foundation for your entire life. Once that platform is secure, you can then safely and naturally start to access a whole new level of life force energy. And that's when things can really start to change. Okay, so we've got our solid foundation, right? Now we're ready for the really exciting part. This is where articulation comes in. If potentiation prepared the door, articulation is the key that unlocks it, opening you up to your full creative potential. So articulation is all about activation. It's specifically designed to awaken the incredible life force that's held in our second bioenergy field. Think of that field as your own personal reservoir of creative power, just waiting to be turned on. Now, you might have heard this life force energy called Kundalini. Let's just think of it in a really simple, beautiful way. It's your own personal life wave. It's that pure, universal, creative consciousness that was placed inside you the moment you came into being. It's the source of your passion, your drive, and your creativity. And this slide just illustrates the difference perfectly. On the left, without that sealed, stable foundation from potentiation, that amazing energy, well, it pretty much stays dormant. But on the right, with articulation, that life wave is activated. And look at those words, safely, gently, and continuously. It becomes this constant, reliable source of bioenergy for creativity in every single part of your life. So what does this actually feel like in your day-to-day life? I mean, that's what we all want to know, right? Let's take a look at some of the incredible benefits and transformative experiences people have reported after articulation. I mean, just look at this list. It's amazing. People talk about this incredible surge of youthful energy, a new kind of mental sharpness and clarity. They find their communication becomes clearer, their creativity just flows, and they start living in a much more intuitive, mindful state. It's basically like a complete upgrade for your body, your mind, and your spirit. And for anyone who's ever felt stuck, this is huge. Once that foundation is in place and the energy is activated, your entire system, your body, your mind, your spirit, it actually starts to crave this new evolutionary energy. Articulation can be the very thing that propels you forward, out of that rut and into the next amazing chapter of your transformation. So it all really comes down to this question, doesn't it? Are you ready to unlock your next level? Are you ready to find out what it truly feels like to have your creative life force fully, safely, and beautifully awakened? It's something to really think about. At the end of the day, our whole life is a creative act. And the greatest, most important thing you will ever create is yourself. The journey is about becoming a more fully realized, more vibrant version of who you were always meant to be. Activated.